It is, ladies and gentlemen, 300 Supersport race 2 of the weekend. This is a 10-lapper on the cards, and we have lap records tumbling left, right and centre already today. Every single race we've had today, we've had a lap record in it. We have a shout out to Bob Irving, who has broken the Pro Twin lap record. We then also had Johnny Lewis break the Pro Twin Post lap record. We've had it all on here, 600 and 150 lap records. Now we go to the 300 class, where Corn Buchanan has an 11 race winning streak in this, going back to last year's championship. And he has the pole position and the lap record to his name. So he is in his hometown. Can anyone stop him? The lights are out, we're away. And Jesse Stroud, a great start off the front row. He's right there. But Hamish Simpson and Dennis Charlotte, they are there right there, third and fourth place. But it's all on here. We've had some great battles throughout this 300 Supersport class. And this 10-lapper is going to be brilliant. So hang on to your hats here. Corn Buchanan leads Jesse Stroud. But Jesse, can he find something special to answer back to Corn Buchanan's domination of this weekend so far? We've got it all to play for here. Dennis Charlotte doing a good job there. That's third place for him. The Mega Motorcycle Centre Machine. We've got Cameron Leslie, a good start for him. Regan Bray and Hamish Simpson. They'll be everyone down to about 6th place for Samuel Guthrie there in 7th. That's the update we've got here. As there's a lot of toing and froing through the S's. It's brilliant classes, 300 Supersport. 20 entries in all. And we're excited to get underway with this one here. 10 lapper. They've got a 12 lapper later on this afternoon as well. And certainly something exciting to get our teeth into here. Down the back straight here on the way to the elbow. Turn number 7, iconic turn here. Very, very narrow, quite easy to get wrong. You carry a lot of speed into that one there. And everyone else here are doing a wonderful job here. Corn Buchanan leads ahead of Jesse Stroud. Let's hit some split times. Already it's a decent advantage, so he's got half a second already. Jesse Stroud, then back to Dennis Charlotte, which is a decent little buffer for Jesse as well. Jesse's been second in every single race this championship. And dearly loved to try and break that streak going on. So Corn Buchanan leads ahead of Jesse Stroud. They've already bolted those two, so they have been scintillating this summer with some brilliant racing at Manfield, some good dicing. Ruapuna last weekend as well. And this one here, hopefully we can get a superstar showdown here as well. Dennis Charlotte ahead of Cameron Leslie and Hamish Simpson. Hamish Simpson, the man on the move. He's piling on a bit of pressure in through the S's. And looking to get himself up into 4th place. The trip to the podium here yesterday. Would love to repeat the dose. He's sitting in 4th in the championship, just 8 points between him and Dennis Charlotte. So he'd dearly love to be dicing with Dennis Charlotte to try and maximise his points getting outings. We've then looked to Regan Bray and Samuel Guthrie, 6th and 7th place for them. Hayden Fordyce on the Wet and Forget machine. What a wonderful weekend he's having so far. That's 8th place for him. Harrison Shanks and Lucas Scott with Kieran Mayer and Isaac Waldron rounding it out to 12th place. Corn Buchanan a 1:06.8 that time around, so he's nearly on his lap record pace. It was a 1:06.4 here yesterday. And a 1:06.4. Can he look into that? All signs point towards yes. Jesse Stroud is coming along for the ride. He was a 1:06.9, so that's the quickest we've seen from Jesse Stroud so far this weekend. And certainly hanging on to the back wheel of Corn Buchanan. Can he come along for the ride? This is going to be good to watch here. It's a massive 10-lap race. We've got a 12-lapper later on today as we see Dennis Charlotte in 3rd place. Hamish Simpson, a good move into turn number 2. He goes up into 4th place in front of Cameron Leslie. So Hamish Simpson, the man from Woku, on the move here. Not mucking around. He had a trip to the podium yesterday. Love to do that again. So he's got a bit of work to do to catch up with the former 300 Supersport champion and Dennis Charlotte, the legend of New Zealand road racing, just ahead of him. So the target's there. The bright orange Mega Motorcycle Centre Machine is what we'll see him chasing down. Let's carry on with our race leaders. Out of turn 7 down the front straight. Corn Buchanan and Jesse Stroud. Jesse hanging in there. Let's have a look at it. It's a good lap. A 1:06.2 Jesse Stroud. So Jesse Stroud quicker than Cormac that lap around, and a new lap record for them. So that is under the 1:06.4 from yesterday. These two are going to be going at it around the loop here at turn number 1. Teretonga Park Raceway. We are in for a showdown of the ages here. We had some great battles all summer long. And Jesse Stroud ahead of Corn Buchanan into turn number 2. Cormac argues straight back and he's up alongside the inside. It's a brilliant move. Corn Buchanan, some hometown knowledge there. Coming to the 4 and through the S as we go. But I can't wait to see this one unfold. We've still got a massive 7 laps to go. And at the moment, a new track record of 1:06.2 for Jesse Stroud. He has come to play today here on the Super Sunday. And what has Cormac Buchanan got to do to respond? It's got that 11 race 300 Supersport win streak on the line right here. And it's all on. These guys are absolutely stretching it as Cormac comes in a little bit hot to turn 7, just gives the position away to Jesse, so it's going to be Jesse dragging down the front straight. Corn Buchanan tucked in behind him. As we're going to look for lap times, we're going to look at split times here. There's nothing in it when they cross the line. It's a couple of 107s for those two boys. They don't improve on that track record, but absolutely going for it. Side by side into turn number 1. That battle for the podium's now electric as well, as Dennis Charlotte narrowly ahead of Hamish Simpson. We've got Cameron Leslie and Sam Guthrie, but there's only about 0.3 of a second in that little battle. And we've got Regan Bray in the mix as well. So the top 7 is electric. Hayden Fordyce is up into 8th place. Doing a pretty good job there. Jesse Stroud, Cormac Buchanan. Man, we're in for this one here. 6 laps to go. Cormac on his home track would dearly love to carry on that streak, but he's got an experienced campaigner in Jesse Stroud to contend with. That Hallicraft Racing Bartercard machine. This is the best we've seen so far this weekend from Jesse Stroud. He's under lap record. He's a 106.2. And Cormac looking up the inside into turn 7. Breaking hard to get the job done, so a clean move there for Cormac Buchanan. He'll lead down the front straight here, but you can imagine this one's going to go on for the next 5 and a bit laps, as that's what they've got to do. Halfway through this race, Cormac Buchanan narrowly over Jesse Stroud. Jesse in the slipstream going to pull him alongside, and there's going to be a drag into the braking zone into turn 1. Cormac got the inside of the track, so defensively holding on, but Jesse around the outside, breaking hard into the loop, and I think we'll see Jesse Stroud leading narrowly. This is absolutely brilliant. But then look to Hamish Simpson's up into 3rd place, so 3rd now for Hamish Simpson. And we've got a couple of laps to go. Had a bit of work to do to get himself into podium contention. He's done that, and that is on there. So the podium is looking like potentially a repeat of yesterday. What order will they fit in? It's Jesse Stroud and Corn Buchanan's neck and neck in the S's and on the run to the hairpin. Can't take my eyes off that battle there. We've got to keep an update to Hamish Simpson and Dennis Charlotte. They are 3rd and 4th place with Regan Bray. And now up into 5th. Cameron Leslie's down now into 6th place ahead of Samuel Guthrie. Locked in 7th place. Harrison Shanks is on the move. He has done his quickest lap time of the race and now up into 8th place ahead of Hayden Fordyce. And then go to Kieran Meir. Running out our top 10 as these up front too. Absolutely inseparable as they fly down the front straight. Lap record pace for the pair of them. What's it got in store? They don't improve on that 106.2, so at the moment it is still that lap record with Jesse Stroud. As they go into turn number 1, we look into an absolutely enthralling encounter. There's half a bike length in the battle for the podium with Hamish Simpson and Dennis Charlotte going at it. Regan Bray's got himself on the pace. He just did his fastest lap and charging in, so don't rule him out of a podium finish either. Cameron Leslie there in 6th place, Samuel Guthrie in 7th. Hayden Fordyce has now retaken 8th place ahead of Harrison Shank, so that's the update there. 8th and 9th place, Isaac Waldron. And then go to Scott Hawkes and Kieran Meir in 11th and 12th position. Also got some update from our girl power out in the field as well, with Harriet Grace in 13th. We've got Georgie Elvin in 14th as well. So go girls, absolutely loving this one here. There's going to be 3 laps to go out of turn 7 when they cross the line. Our race leader is Corn Buchanan on the number 28. The Rider Development Yamaha race team has come alive, and you'd have to go back to levels of last racing season when Harry Parker beat his teammate Corn Buchanan. That was the only time in his racing career in 300 Supersport that Corn Buchanan has never won this race. So an unbelievable performance in his debut season. He is the current defending champion, and you got to go back. His entire 2 seasons he's been racing this class, has never finished outside the top 2, and is a win streak on 11. So fantastic stuff. But this one, he's going to have to fight for here if he wants to do this, because he has Jesse Stroud coming for him. They're into turn number 2. Jesse's been able to run with him the whole race, and at the moment Jesse on a 106.2, your current lap record holder in Supersport 300 racing. And with a couple of laps to go, we're on for a grandstand finish. We've got that battle for 3rd places now with Dennis Charlotte again, so look out for him. And Regan Bray's now there. So there's 0.3 of a second separating the battle for the podium. And Samuel Guthrie and Cameron Leslie are just tucked on the back of that line as well. This is going to get exciting. So the podium's not out of the chances for any of those top 7 riders as we go racing with our leaders down the front straight. There's going to be 2 laps to go, but it's going to be anyone's. Corn Buchanan, Jesse Stroud, they're almost side by side as they cross the line. We're going to have to look out for this one as they are going to go on into the weekend. A massive 12-lap race for these guys later on. That's a single lap race on the program, so getting excited about Supersport 300 racing. And the streak, will it come to an end? We've got a lap and a half to catch up with. Absolutely anything is lap traffic just up the road of those two. Jesse Stroud narrowly leads Cormac Buchanan into turn number 2. Cormac going to look up the inside, and that's a quality move. Cormac Buchanan, wow, this is going to be on here. The 28 now leads the 27. These two are absolutely on the summer. At Manfield, they had the most amazing racing. We went to Ruapuna, and Cormac just a little bit quick last weekend, including Grand Prix victory for him. This one here, not all Cormacs at the moment. There's a bit to look out for as the white flag is ready and waiting. We've got one corner to go and the front straight. Will we see something special from Jesse Stroud? We've got one more lap to go when they cross the line. Cormac Buchanan leads Jesse Stroud down the front straight. There's a couple of riders to contend with. Will they get them on the straight, or will it be a big turn 1 showdown here? Let's have a look at it. We've got Cormac just ahead of Jesse. Jesse in the slipstream there. He goes one side of the lap, but Cormac goes the other. We've got it all on here, breaking hard into turn number 1. If Jesse can hang on to the lead out of turn number 1, this is going to be a telling sign as we watch them through the loop. But still Jesse ahead of Cormac. Cormac right on the back wheel. This is going to be brilliant. He's got that move done into turn 2 a couple of times already in this race. And what a good move from Jesse Stroud, is going over inside to cover that line. What a brilliant move. But Cormac dives in there anyway, and they nearly touch as they go around turn number 2. Unbelievable racing from these two, Cormac Buchanan and Jesse Stroud. And I think Jesse just having to stand up in the middle of that corner there, maybe just a telling blow, an advantage Cormac Buchanan as they go into the hairpin. Still with Cormac Buchanan, Jesse Stroud right in behind him, run down to the brickyard here. It's absolutely on. There's a lap rider in front of them, but I don't think it's going to matter. Cormac Buchanan just seems to have done enough here at the right time of the race. He's going to go in around turn number 7, get out of the corner and tuck in nicely. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Cormac Buchanan at the moment is in front. Jesse Stroud is coming. The checkered flag's ready and waiting. Who's it going to be? It's going to be a big drag to the line. It's going to be Cormac Buchanan. Jesse Stroud. There's nothing in it. It's absolutely brilliant. Cormac Buchanan, Jesse Stroud, and by the narrowest of margins, Cormac Buchanan is going to hang on for the win. 0.007, 7/1000 to the second in one of the most amazing finishes in racing history. Unbelievable. Here's the other one there, this run for the podium, and it's going to be Dennis Charlotte. He's going to hang on by 0.10 seconds. So that's 1/100th of a second in that battle there. Unbelievable. So the battle for the win come down to hundredths of a second. So did the battle for the podium. And Dennis Charlotte, he gets himself on the podium in an absolute showdown. What a brilliant race. There we go. Jesse Stroud, unbelievable last lap from him. He's going to have to settle for second place, but a new track record for him. So well done, lap record for Jesse Stroud. Race win for Cormac Buchanan, and an absolutely wonderful performance from Dennis Charlotte to round off the podium. Hamish Simpson's going to have to come home in 4th place after him running a wonderful race. Regan Bray's going to hang on to 5th. Samuel Guthrie there in a good 6th place. Cameron Leslie there for 7th. So with that top 7, that was electric racing from them. None of them were out of the podium fight at any stage. Look out for Hayden Fordyce, one of his best results so far this season, with a good 8th place finish for him there on his D6 Motorsport Win and Forget. Isaac Walter in 9th place, good top 10 for him, as well as Lucas Scott. He's there in 10th place. Harrison Shanks in 11th. And rounding out our top 12 will be Scott Hawkes. Well done, Supersport 300. That is absolutely scintillating, and can't wait to cross down to Neil. He is going to have our electric podium for 300 Supersport racing. It's brilliant. Dennis Charlotte gets on the podium by 1/100th of a second, but the race win comes down to 7/1000 of a second. Cormac Buchanan gets the win over Jesse Stroud, but it's a bit of a bittersweet moment for Jesse as he gets a new lap record, a 1:06.2. Let's cross down to Neil, who's got an electric Supersport 300 podium, and it's a brilliant win for Cormac Buchanan with Jesse Stroud and Dennis Charlotte rounding off our podium.
Well, it's a beautiful good morning again from Super Southland and sunny Southland and all those other cliches that you want to put to it. The superlatives, the adjectives are just magnificent. Man, have we ever got a scorching day here. Said to be 27, of course, down here on the Black Tar Seal, well over 40 degrees, and we haven't even hit lunchtime yet. So here we are with the Sir Dennis Charlotte, as we sometimes call him, to acknowledge Dennis. Man, in this class, those boys out front, their margin, by the way, was 007, all right? So 7 1,000ths of a second between them, and you and your races with Hamish and the boys back there, super close as well. That is real racing.
Yeah, it's awesome, eh? It's good to have Cormac come back and show us some real talent. We haven't seen the level of rider he is here back in New Zealand, and it's just amazing to actually watch and seeing is believing. The lap times he's doing on the 300 and the 600 are just amazing, and you know, shows that putting the work into the kids from these little 150s, getting them on the world stage, we could have a Kiwi in MotoGP real soon.
Yeah, indeed, great words. All right, a 300 class. You've long been an advocate as a former Superbike champion. You could choose any of the classes to come and ride. What's the magnetism about a 300, Dennis?
Well, I mean, it's just, you know, they're very cheap to run. No matter where you are in the class, it's competitive. There's always someone around you, and there's always room to grow. You know, like even me, I've been racing, 40 years now, and I'm still learning stuff out there today on a 300. I absolutely love the little Yamaha 300. It's been really, really reliable and handles like a dream. It's just everything about it is really good.
Beautiful, Dennis. Thank you very much. Great words, great words. Hey, folks, I think it's very important. We always like to acknowledge a champion, but if ever we've seen a runner-up like this man in that race, how about it? Come on, let's hear it for Jesse. So cool. As we acknowledge Jesse, you put in a real race. What was the difference that time, mate?
Oh, I was just pushing so much harder in that race, and yeah, he was so close to getting away, but I was just giving it everything. So, man, we had some good battles, but yeah, some of the passes were pretty good. So yeah, big ups to that for that.
Hey, 007 we're calling it. That 7 1,000ths of a second was all that was in it in the end. He outsiked you by whipping to the outside, didn't he, on that last lap? Hey, that was cool.
Yeah, I had to go past the back mark, getting behind him, so it was a good move. But yeah, it just came down to that little bit, and the whole warm down lap, we're like, I don't know who won. And I was like, was it me or you? Like, yeah,
exactly. Man, you got a margin of error that's sometimes greater than that. Is that what it's going to take? Like, we've got one more race left today. Now that you've got the faith, can you do it again?
Oh, seriously have to give it a seriously good shot to try. But yeah, Edie's on fire, so but it was definitely just one of the most fun battles I've had, so yeah.
What about the hug you guys give each other? People out there need to understand that. There's a whole lot of sport and motorsport for that matter where people wouldn't even dare shake hands up. You guys have got immense appreciation for each other. It's a good feeling.
Oh, it was a lot of respect for the way both of us were riding, and it was like, yeah, they're all pretty clean passes. But yeah, so it was big respect, so why not, yeah.
Well done, Jesse Stroud, ladies and gentlemen. How good. But here are folks who did it again. Oh, as we get him up here, the bedpost YMF, YMS, Yamaha, Altherm Window Systems, Hot Shot, and the beautiful silver fawn here on the helmet as well. Cormac, words just continue and continue. But he challenged that time. That was the feature.
Yeah, no, that was such a fun race, eh? Like, the first few laps I tried to pull away, I made a mistake, and then he caught back up, and I knew if I tried to pull away again, I'd risk crashing. So at the end of the day, I was just trying to, I felt ready for a battle, because I knew, he was going to be there. But yeah, I didn't expect such crazy battling like that. The last time I had a battle like that was Manfield, and with him as well. So, I really enjoyed that race. It was so close at the line. Like, the whole slowdown lap, we didn't even know who won. We were just like, did you win? Did I win? So yeah.
Hey, what about the fact I loved your outside, mate? When you went outside, every other lap you'd been on the inside, you went outside, and you outside. When did you realise you had to pull off that move to say 7 1,000ths of a second in front?
Well, I knew that there was a yellow flag at the final corner because that would probably have been the best place to do it. I knew I was pretty strong into Castro, and the gap was very small, but I went for it. And yeah, we're very close to touching again like we were at Manfield, but I'm happy I got the move done. But yeah, no, it was very close at the line.
Hey, I've asked the same question to Jesse, but I think it's just so good. You guys give each other a hug. You can each appreciate a champion, and on that occasion you were tied. You were 1-1.
Yeah, it was pretty much, we both won that race, honestly. Yeah, we both rode just as hard as each other, and that's the main thing. We're battling hard, and I'm so excited for the next one.
Yeah, I bet you are. All right, hey, I call it the Yamaha mark. There's a massive tent and all the team and the environment here. Hey, there's people that are making food, there's people that are making shots, there's people that are bikes or any damages. What an awesome team behind you.
yeah, no, it's practically my whole family, really. You know, we got KSS, you know, they're doing all the suspension. We got the mums, you know, they're making all the food, and yeah, it's just a great atmosphere in there, and I think that, you know, translates into the racing as well.
Beautiful words. All right, folks, what about it? Let's hear it again for this whole trio. Sensational. The great Dennis Charlotte, he's been racing longer than these guys. Add their ages together, and he's been still racing longer. So it takes a statesman to join them as well, and for Jesse and Cormac to put on that race. And look at them now talking about the tactics to each other. Eh? That's the sort of thing we want in our sport. Remember that, folks, today, 007, 7 1,000ths of a second between first and second. You've got, as Dennis says, affordable bikes that people can go racing on, for the fact that even though they might be different colours, they are the same model of machine. They're production based, so the tyres are the same, the power output's the same. It comes down to the rider at 7 1,000ths of a second. It is next to nothing. It's incredible for our sport, and what a beautiful day to be enjoying it here with the Aon Pirelli New Zealand Superbike Road Race Championships, round number 4. We started off at Taupo, Manfield. We've gone, of course, to Ruapuna and here to Teretonga. We get back to the North Island in March with some great racing at our top circuits up there, Hampton Downs and Taupo, to wrap it up in March. A beautiful way as we celebrate a great sport. Must do a massive shout out for Team Level and the Pirelli support and signage, and Kane and Yoko that you've put on here today is just fantastic and professional for our sport. We love it, you are as well. Let's give another big cheer, folks. 300 Supers, what a class. Well done.